that was my biggest awakening. I felt other people might read the book and say, no, you had bigger awakenings than that one. But for me, that was huge. So I actually rewrote the whole second book and designed it in a way that if you repeat the things that I did, you'll experience what I experienced.
Wow. That is so good. Wow. Question 3. How do you weave together the threads of quantum physics and consciousness in a way that resonates with both skeptics and believers? And when I say believers here, I'm talking about religious folk, because yeah, that's what I mean. Believers, Christians, Baptists, and this is not a bashing or anything. It's just, when I say believers, I want to reference what I mean. So let me ask the question one more time. Sure. How do you weave together the threads of quantum physics and consciousness in a way that resonates with both skeptics and believers?
So, I mean, the biggest skeptics usually are the religious folks. And unfortunately, and they really, they have the most in their scriptures about these events happening, and yet they reject them. And that's something I don't understand, but maybe that's not for me to understand. And what I do understand is there's something called quantum entanglement. And if you understand quantum entanglement, it's basically when two particles come in contact with one another. They entangle, meaning they have certain properties that they leave with one another, and then they separate. And no matter how far those particles go, one could be on Jupiter and the other one could be on Earth, and they can communicate. When something happens to one, something happens to the other. And that's called entanglement. Now, this is just done on an energy, frequency, vibration level. So if these two particles can communicate, you're telling me that my thoughts aren't something that I can give to you, and your thoughts are something you can't give to me? Because when we emit a thought, it's on a frequency. Thoughts are things. And, science and spirituality can really come together and really hold hands. They've just got to look for it. And I think quantum entanglement is the epitome of the most easiest way to understand this. If I dial your cell phone from my cell phone, what happens? My phone, and I'm simplifying this, goes to your phone's frequency and they match up. And that's how we text each other, or we speak, we communicate, right? So why can't I do that with my mind? I know I can do that with my mind. I have done it with my mind, and I can give you something with my mind and not give it to you verbally, and you will get it and you will receive it. You might think it's your own idea, but I actually gave it to you. Now, I can't make you go rob a bank for me and bring me money. It's not mind control here. It's just simply a thought. If I'm feeling emotional inside, but I'm not showing it, you might say, hey, what's wrong? And I'll be like, well, what do you mean? And because you're reading what's happening inside on my frequency. And when you look at it like that, I think science and religion really have to take another look at one another, because there's so much there, so much common ground. We just got to look for it.
So good. Such a good answer, and a very thoughtful answer too, and not offensive, because I probably would have answered it in a way that would have offended people. So you did I love that. Question 4. In your exploration of the afterlife, what has been the most profound insight you've uncovered about our existence?
For me personally, what I would say, I guess, uncovered was something that transpired when I met my second wife. I had an experience that was just unexplainable at the time, and I'll go through it a little bit. So I waited until I was in my mid 40s, I think, to date again after I had divorced. I guess I felt I wanted to wait until my kids were older. I don't know if I did the right thing or not, but that's the way I did it.